Got a little concerned there for a second. All right. Based on how this next set goes, I might do one more. I might keep y'all on for the ride, just in case it's the end of the squat session. Check me out though. It's hot here. I had to open the window. That window's broke, so I hope it don't fall out. But trying to my knee. Just actually, I didn't hurt my knee, but I kind of just hurt my knee. Or aggravated. No, injured. And it wasn't squatting. It was actually racking because I actually almost lost my footing. Because it is, like I said, it's a little uneven in here. And that caused me to have to be in optimal position. Like I said, I got these stands, so that's why I'm getting something a little bit more safer. Because go down with that, you're down. And I cannot drop nothing up here. So sometimes, even if I'm like, yeah, I could probably get it, I don't go for it because I can't fail safely. So yeah, but I don't complain because a lot of y'all can't train right now. But the last question, I kind of hinted at it, but I don't want to get too much into it. It's related to the last one because people really are asking, like, all right, so how do I get big? Like, how do I gain size and all this and that? I already told y'all, regardless, it's going to be food. You got to train, man. But a lot of y'all, I'm kind of glad this happened because a lot of people have to go back to the basics. But I start off with barbells and dumbbells, man. When they say those are the basics and they're going to bring a different quality to the muscle, make you stronger, make you bigger and all that stuff, they're not lying. A lot of people go nowadays, go into the gym and they abuse the machines. When you're like, let's say you start when you're like 15, 16, you shouldn't be really using machines. That's one thing I don't like. One of the places I work at, they under a certain age, they make you use them. Like if you're 15 or whatever, they make you use the machines. That's all you can use. Under 15, yeah, use the all. It's like that's not good. Like they need to be using barbell. They do it so they don't get sued, but so you need to be learning those basic movement patterns and all that stuff. Using barbells and dumbbells, building that foundation. That's really where you get the foundation from. The machines let you do certain things. They let you add in, get around injuries. They let you maybe add in some details or so if you need it a little bit easier than some exercises. You might have to get creative with the dumbbells and barbells. They allow for you to add some variation and do certain things and whatnot. They have their use, but when you go into the stuff you should be doing should all be with barbells and dumbbells. People don't like it because it's work. It feels like work, but that's what you need to do. And then when you go to the machines, you'll be so much better. The only thing, because of the way foreign stuff is in here, and I don't have the appropriate stuff, is my calves are kind of atrophying. If I would have been training calves like I was consistently, since I went to college, I really haven't been. I stopped because it was hilly. They were growing by themselves. And then it just stopped. But I've been training them now off and on. It's been like 5-6 years now. So, and my calves aren't a weak point if I train them consistently. Like they'll be barely keeping up, but they won't be like behind, So I have no excuse. But as far as getting big, yeah, definitely barbells, dumbbells, eat. You don't gotta get fat. That's another one. How hard should I bulk? Should I cut before I bulk? Should I bulk? If you're fat, you don't need to bulk. If you're young, like I don't really advise young people unless you're like straight up, like if you're not training or nothing, clean your diet, eat better food, make better choices, and just train, right? Don't get fat. Don't gain weight. Like don't just gain fat. Like people are like, oh, I'm trying to build muscle. Now if you're fat or you got a little, you know what I'm saying, you can't see like your abs or nothing like that, or you can barely see them or something. Some people say like fluffy has nice weight, but now if you're fat, like you don't need to bulk. Just stay where you're at. You don't need, I'm not saying cut. Just stay where you're at. And then after maybe a year or two, cut. If you're trying to get bigger, like if you don't care about that, if you care about that, then obviously cut first. And maybe then just add a little bit of calories back at a time. See what you need to do before you start getting fat. But getting getting fatter is not going to help you, and getting outright fat is not going to help you add any additional size. You need to learn how to stick to a diet, follow a diet, train. There's a lot to be said about just learning how to maintain your weight. This is if you're already what we call fat, right? If you're smaller, okay, then you're going to need to eat up your food while you're training. Start training. If you don't see anything, some people say, "Oh, I train, but I don't gain any weight. I just keep losing weight." Well, you know what that means? Eat more. Just track your food, eat more. You need to learn how to do that. And if you're already somebody who's on the higher end, then make better food choices. A lot of times, if you're eating the same, you're going to lose weight when you start training because that's something you haven't been doing. That happened to me. Happens to a lot of people. I didn't really have to. I didn't even have to bulk. Like one time I got to 270. I saw nothing from it. I literally lost all of my gains. I did it as an experiment though, and then John Meadows said the same thing happened to him. So it's like, yeah, you don't need to go all in, just enough to do what you need to do. Don't get fat. Don't think getting fat's going to help you. It's not going to help you. Actually, a lot of things happen once your body fat levels get too high that actually will hinder you. And one of those things is going to be insulin. You'll become insulin sensitive, which means the nutrients and things that you need to get into the muscle to help the muscle grow and stuff, it's not going to take place. It's not going to take place if you're eating too much. It's not going to take place if you're you just got too much body fat, and then you need to resensitize. That's why it's good to cut at least once a year or do mini cuts, because the first time I went a whole year and didn't cut, one, it was hard to get back to cutting. Two, I noticed the gains weren't what they needed to be. You think it's counterproductive, but it's not. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and set this up, do this set, and then decide what I'm gonna do. This video is getting long, and I don't want it to be too long. Some of these questions I might address more isolated and in full later on. But I have some other questions I need to answer and write down. I didn't want this to be too long because I'm squatting in between. But just to recap, home gym. Convenience gives you flexibility in your life. You're not a slave to the gym. You could go if you want. If you can't make it, you're good. You're grooving. Just make sure you got the basics that you need. You'll be all right, which is going to be barbells and dumbbells. And it's the best way. And that's like the best starting point if you really want to pack on that size. Best way to add size or gain quality mass, quality food. Make sure you're eating enough. If you feel like you're losing too much weight when you start training, keep track of what you're eating and start adding food until your weight starts going up. If you're fat, you don't got to bulk. And then when you're bulking, do not get too fat. If you can't see your abs or you're beyond a certain point to where, well, let's face it, when your mom starts telling you you're getting fat, you went too far. Okay, so if your mom or somebody around, somebody who's like that, they ask you, "Hey, you gaining some weight?" When people say, "Oh, you look like you're getting big," you know you went too far. Every time I bulked at church, someone said that I went too far. All right, they just see you in the shirt. You went too far. Trust me. All right, when it comes to the drugs, you can't drug yourself to a championship physique. Either you have it or you do not. But I mean, you'll know when you start using. Don't deceive yourself. More is not better. Better is better. Start off. Now, this ain't medical advice. I ain't a doctor, but so don't really listen to what I'm talking about. But this is just conventional wisdom. Look, if 500 milligrams is getting the job done, jumping to 6, 7, 8, 9 a gram is not going to help you. Wait until that 500 stop and maybe go to 6 or 7, and then wait until that stop and then go up. That's what you do. And eat more food. Make that, work hard, train hard, eat hard, make everything as optimal as you can. Don't halfway do it. Best way to stay alive, best way for longevity. Don't do the kamikaze route. A lot of people do the kamikaze route. Even people listening to me might do it, but if you're sensible, you will not do that. You will save your money. You will not waste your money. Just because Ron does a gram don't mean you should do a gram, right? Because he has the size to need to utilize that. More is not better. Some people say, "Oh yeah, do more and you'll gain more," and there is a dose-dependent response, but there is a higher risk that's not necessary. Just use the least amount to get an effect. That's the key. All right, it's like smoking crack. Smoke just enough crack. No, I'm just joking. Don't do crack. I don't do crack. I don't do any recreational drugs actually. I mean, I got my own personal beliefs as to why I don't do that, but also I can't afford it even if I wanted to. I ain't sad about it. I'm just telling y'all. Let me get this. I'm gonna do this and then cut this. Videos get long, and I cut it. Nah, I told y'all I'd do this last set. I want to cut it now because it's long. I'm gonna do this. I'm rambling now. Or recap the video. That's all that needs to happen. All right, let me sit this here. All right, here we go. Hold up. I might have to hit y'all with a little illumination real quick. I wait till the last minute usually to turn that light on, but I'm gonna get y'all real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and set up. I usually wear a bell at this point, but I'm feeling good. Probably will do another set after I turn off the camera. I thank you guys for watching this. I know it's been long. I'm making it draw on, but I do appreciate it. I did have some other stuff that I still need to edit, so forgive me. It will be, you'll know it's old because of the subject matter, but it'll be interesting. I might rework it a little bit. It's gonna be circa March or so y'all know what it's about. So it's about the ailment that can't be named, because even though I'm no longer monetized, I don't want to be demonetized. If I can get monetized. Sheesh. Felt good. What? Thanks, Lean. Felt good, felt strong. I probably ain't gonna do another set though, because it definitely was like, nah, that's all I got. Thank y'all for hanging out. Appreciate you. I'm gonna upload this when I get done. I just did it right to my phone, man. Woo. Yeah. Usually I go up one more after this. I have 40 pounds, but last 3 weeks, I've been done. It's like, that's all I got. What happens when the calories drop, I'm not concerned, because I want to peak again anyways. Once the gyms and stuff open, I can push it. I'm not going to try to, ow. I'm not going to try to push it or anything too much, but when it's safer, I'm going to end up actually putting more weight on days I feel better, just to see, really make that way up. I have goals. So for this year, my goal is to get my squat to 465. I was on track to do that, and then bang, lockdown. I just got back to 425. It's feeling good. All I needed was another, like, because I was doing 3 weeks. Week 4 is the deload. 3 weeks. Week 4 is the deload. So I probably needed like, it's not like 2.5 months. That's another thing. Here I haven't been deloading, but the weight's lower. So yeah, we'll see what's up. I'll probably go back to that. I'll check and see what I can do. Keep in mind, I've been cutting this whole time still. I'm gonna be so happy once I get that though. Like, I reached all my other goals for this, for the most part. For this year, I wanted my incline to get to 325. I got to 320. Be good. I mean, that little 5 pounds next year, we're gonna work on getting it where it needs to go. Oh, and my deadlift. I didn't really get the deadlift. My deadlift, I need to get that to a certain amount. I've been hitting my goals every year with that, so I want to get that up. Only deadlift half the year anyways. So my deadlift and my squat, definitely looking to get those up by 2020 and hit my goals for 2021, God willing. And we'll be good. It's about the progress. Focus on the numbers. As long as the weight on the bar is going up with the same form's clean, consistent, same reps, you're not screwing around, you're good. Make sure you get the same form and it's proper and good form, the same reps. A lot of people start adding weight, form breaks down, and they're like, oh, look, man, I just hit a PR. No, you didn't hit a PR. You hit a quarter squat, man. So that's not what we're about. That's not what we're about. All right. I see you guys. Some of y'all probably realize my traps melted. I stopped training traps. I just started training again. My traps are dominant, so they make my shoulders look small, which I think they might. My shoulders are like my weak point, so I stopped training my traps as much, like a few years ago actually. But when I start hitting them, they just. But I'm gonna keep hitting them because I don't want them to be too far behind. Gotta have that mass. Thank you guys for staying with me. It's about to hit an hour. You're not trying to have that happen. How you gonna act?